Okay, here I am. Anybody there? Can't see if people are watching. Oh yeah, there's some people watching. Cool. So welcome everybody. Had a little technical difficulties, but I think I figured it out. So welcome everybody to my first live stream meditation. If there are any issues or any problems, feel free to send me a text. Unfortunately, when I'm leading the meditation, I'll be sitting on the bed, so I can't actually see your comments. Sorry, getting updates from other people about the stream. Refresh page. Let me see. Yeah, if anybody's having trouble, if anyone is having trouble seeing me, then refresh page. Okay. Cool. So I'm going to step away from the chat right now. I'll check it later. If you have any questions about meditation, feel free to leave a question and I'll answer it during the live stream. Cool. So if you excuse me. Oh, just going to take a seat on my meditation pad just to make me feel official, make me feel like a real meditation teacher. So welcome everybody. My name is Jeremy, and guiding you through a meditation today. Now, of course, we're all kind of locked up in quarantine, and not a lot of us, not a lot of us don't have much to do. A lot of us are going stir crazy. So it is like a really good time to actually figure out how to meditate and how to really get in touch with your feelings. Because you got some time to do it, and also it will just make you feel better too, so if anything is really stressing you out, the news is stressing you out, you're worried about your health, all of that stress is actually, bad for your immune system. And so meditating lowers your stress. And I've personally found benefits from doing meditation practice in terms of supporting my own immune system. I don't know if there's how much scientific research there is to back that up, but just personally for me, I found that when I'm doing a regular meditation practice, my immune system is like really, really, really good. So in thinking about the meditation and thinking about the current situation, I actually got a text message from a friend of mine that I met while working at BAM. I worked at BAM, Brooklyn Academy of Music, for a couple weeks. And I met this guy, Carl, who was really interested in Buddhism. And he was interested in my background. And so we started chatting a lot, exchange info. And so he sent me a text message. I hope he doesn't mind that I'm sharing this. Nothing too personal, but he said, "So a politician, a doctor, and a Buddhist walk into a global pandemic. The Buddhist says, ... Seriously, I'd like to know, what do you think?" So I'm may not be the spokesperson for all Buddhists all over the world. But personally, for me, when I think about Buddhism in relation to the pandemic that we're experiencing right now, it really is a good reminder and a good way to focus on how interconnected we all truly are. It's one of the fundamental teachings of Buddhism, is this idea of interconnectedness and interdependence. So, we go through life. I'm me, you're you. We think we're separate from our environment. But really, that, according to Buddhist philosophy, is really just a false construct. We are not separate to our environment at all. We are actually intimately tied to our environment. We are a product of our environment. And we can really see that now with COVID-19 happening. Lots of people are practicing social distancing. And you can see that your actions truly affect other people, right? So I know, for instance, every time I come back inside, I'm always washing my hands, which is something I didn't used to do. Maybe I should have. But just taking extra care to stay away from people, which has been really hard. But then also, on the flip side, I've seen the opposite. While we are supposed to stay distant from each other, more people are making an effort to connect in the ways that they can. And I mean, I've been talking to people, that I haven't really been talking to on a regular basis now because of this whole situation. So we can see that, again, even though it's physically, separating us in a lot of ways, in a lot of other ways, this whole pandemic is really bringing us together. So that's kind of like what I want us to think about. Or just sort of have in the background of our mind when we're going into this meditation, this idea of interconnectedness, how we connect to our environment, and how our actions, our definite actions, can have definite outcomes, not only for ourselves, but for everybody around us. So cool. So just a little bit about the meditation practice that I'll be doing today, or guiding you through today. Traditionally it's called shamatha meditation, which is often translated, that term shamatha is often translated into meaning calm abiding. So what does calm abiding meditation mean? Well, basically it's a form of mindfulness meditation where you are building your concentration. So we're going to be picking different objects of focus, this time in particular related to our own body, as our objects of focus, and that's what we're going to focus on. And they say that by focusing on these particular objects, we're building our concentration. And by building our concentration, it actually allows us to become calm. And I know that I've experienced this. I don't know if any of you have, but when I'm really anxious or really scared, it's very hard to concentrate, right? And particularly with, all of this news coming at us all the time, all the misinformation that there's been about COVID-19, it's just a lot of noise, and all that noise is incredibly distracting and produces a lot of anxiety. So by building up your concentration, you therefore reduce your anxiety. So now this meditation is going to take about 2 stages. So first we're going to start off with a body scan, which will be moving our attention to different parts of the body. And then we'll be moving into focusing on your breath, and I'll guide you through that whole process. I always like to start off meditations by doing a body scan, because personally I feel that when people meditate, they often overemphasize the mind aspect of it. Where for me personally, I think it really is more of a combination of a mind and body exercise. I mean, we're focusing on physical sensations while watching our mind, and we're really trying to bring the two together. And as I continue to do the series, I'll probably keep talking again and again about how much I really don't like this whole idea of a mind-body divide, and how I personally feel that, they are completely and intimately one and the same. So the meditation should take about 12 to 15 minutes. You can feel free to take a comfortable seat. I'm sitting cross-legged. You don't have to be sitting cross-legged. If you're just sitting in a chair, that's fine. If you're standing, you could also do that. It's fine. If you're Allie and you're walking in the woods, that's fine too. My friend Allie told me that she'd be walking in the woods during this meditation, so she asked if she could follow along still. I said, sure. For you, Allie, sure, you can follow along while walking in the woods. And so, yeah, so you want to take a comfortable seat. You can feel free to meditate with your eyes opened or closed. It really just depends on what's more comfortable for you. Also, how you rest your hands, really up to you. Traditionally in Tibet, you would rest your hands like this on your knees. Another very common meditation pose is to do this with your hands in your lap, with your fingers just touching. The other thing too is that you want to make sure that your back is relatively straight. Now I have awful posture, so my back is never completely too straight. And I know there's certain traditions that really emphasize, having a straight back. But what I like to say when I'm teaching is that you want to have your back straight and holding yourself up, but not rigid. And that's actually a good metaphor for our practice because we want to be paying attention and while also having a certain awareness. So we want to have a certain drive, we're actually practicing meditation, but we also want to kind of let go a little bit too, because you can't grip and hold on while meditating too much. All right. So I got this singing bowl here. I'm not going to call it a Tibetan singing bowl because it's not Tibetan. And as I've been telling a lot of people lately, Tibetan singing bowl, there's no such thing as Tibetan singing bowls, really. They are just, there's no traditional or historical evidence to suggest that Tibetans use singing bowls for any significant religious rituals. With that being said, it still makes a nice sound and it's still a good bowl. Still a good bell to start and end our meditation. So I'm going to ring it twice to start our meditation, and then I will ring the bell 3 times to end it. So, and then I'll have a little space at the end for questions in case anybody has any questions about the meditation or their practice. And then we'll probably end with another brief meditation, maybe like 3 to 5 minutes or something like that. Okay. So have a comfortable seat, everybody. And let's go ahead and get started. All right. Taking your comfortable seat, we are going to move our attention to our feet. So just feel your feet. Become aware of them. Notice, are they warm? Are they cold? Are you wearing socks? Do you have shoes on? However your feet are, just become aware of them in this moment and recognize how they feel. Next, we're going to move our focus to our seat, where our body becomes in contact with the chair. Feel its support. Feel it hold you up. Now we're going to move our attention to our belly. Feel the movement of breath as the belly expands and contracts. Now we're going to move our attention to our heart. That that space in the middle of our chest. Now we'll move our attention to the back of the shoulders. Maybe they feel a little tight, maybe they feel a little loose. Either way, you don't have to change anything. Just become aware of how your shoulders feel in this moment. Now we're going to move our attention to the back of the head. Just become aware of that part of your body. Now we're going to go back down and feel our feet. Become aware of them. Now we'll move our attention up to our seat. Feel our body supported. Now we'll move our attention to our belly. Feeling it rise, feeling it fall. Now we'll move our attention to our chest, to where our heart is in our body. Now we'll move our attention to the back of the shoulders. Now we'll move our attention to the back of our head. All right, one more time, we're going to move our attention down to our feet. Now we'll move our attention up to our seat. Now we'll move our attention up to our belly. Now we'll begin to feel our heart in our chest. Now we'll move our attention to the back of the shoulders. And then to the back of the head. Now we're going to move our attention to our breath. Wherever the breath feels strongest to you in your body, move your attention there. For some people, this may be in their belly. For other people, this may be in your chest. Some people, it may be the tip of the nostrils. But wherever you feel the breath strongest in your body, move your attention there and become aware of it. There's no need to change your breath. Just simply notice how it is right now. And if you become distracted or if something drives your attention away, that's truly okay. Just recognize that you have been distracted and gently and without judgment, move your attention back to the breath. If any memories of the past or thoughts of the future capture your attention, that's truly okay. Again, just recognize that you've been distracted and gently move your attention back to your breath. And if any feelings sweep your attention away, and you've noticed that you become distracted, and you're no longer focusing on the breath, it's okay. Just gently move your attention back to your breath. You may do it once, you may do it 1,000 times, no matter how many times you have to do it. You can always start again. Once you've been distracted, just move your attention back to the breath. All right, in just a moment, I will ring the bell 3 times, concluding our meditation. On the third ring, I invite you to join me in a bow, dedicating all the merit that we've accrued today for the benefit of all sentient beings. Okay, so that concludes our first round of meditation. Does anybody have any questions about anything, about the practice, or if anybody would like to share something of their experience, feel free to be in the chat. I can see now, so if you want to write something. But if not, that's also okay, and we can just conclude with another brief round of meditation at the end. So I'll just give myself a minute. Also, I was just thinking about different types of content that I could create for a meditation channel like this. This is obviously my first time doing the live stream, but it's definitely something that I want to keep up with. If you have any feedback about what you'd like to see on the channel, also feel free to subscribe to the channel as well. Also, if you'd like to have more personal one-on-one sessions with me, feel free to email me, jeremyrmcmahan@gmail.com, just my YouTube name with Gmail at the end. If you'd like to reach out and touch base and discuss more in depth, I'm always happy to. Looks like we got a question. So it's Marina, who used to work at the Reuben with me. And she asked the question, one of the things I struggle with in meditation is neck head posture. Any recommendations? Honestly, I mean, there are certain traditions that really emphasize posture and like Zen and Japanese Buddhism, Zen Buddhism. The whole stereotypical thing is, you got your meditation teacher walking around with the stick, and if he sees that you're slouching a little bit, he's going to come and whack you with the stick to make sure that you're standing up straight again. And that's definitely not my style at all when it comes to meditation. So I'd say if you're having trouble with your neck and your head posture, I mean, I'd be kind of curious to know more specific about is it like a pain, or is this having trouble holding your head up? I would just be kind to yourself with it and just try to figure out a way that you can sit. Maybe sitting cross-legged affects it. Maybe sitting in a chair affects it. Just a way that you can relax and be comfortable. Maybe you need to work on your neck strength. I mean, a lot of people have so much tension in their neck. Actually, this gets into more of my psychology that I've been into lately, but it's the connecting between the brain and the body, and there's all this tension here because the brain wants to do other things that the body doesn't. So lots of people have a lot of tension in their neck. Again, I would just try to find some form, maybe having a little back support would help your neck. You can also, the thing I always like to say too is that the Buddha traditionally said that you can meditate in 4 postures. Everybody thinks of meditation is just sitting down, right? But the Buddha said you could meditate in 4 postures. You could either meditate walking, standing, sitting, or lying down. So, whatever works for you, in those 4 forms, is totally okay from the big guy himself. So, The only thing is, though, a lot of people struggle with staying awake while meditating. So if that's you, if you struggle while staying awake while meditating, you definitely don't want to try lying down. You're probably gonna fall asleep. Cool. Any other questions? Give it a minute. Yeah, I was also thinking about like talking about some artwork too. You know, like trying to find. Not that I have any. Well, got one. I got one Tonka painting, but not that I have that much to show off. But I can find images online and maybe just discuss them a little bit before the meditation, then meditate, and then look at it again. Maybe see if we notice any differences or anything like that. Thinking about doing a video about just how to start a meditation practice too might be good. Cool. But it looks like there aren't any more questions right now. So I think we're going to start wrapping up. Just going to get a little sip. And so we'll conclude by doing like about a 5-minute meditation. Oh, okay. Also, with this meditation, this round of meditation, comment. So yeah, somebody they commented, stub my toe right before the meditation when I started with my feet. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, because we try to block out the pain, but that's a really good lesson in with meditation. And a lot of times people kind of view meditation as sort of a thing to escape, as a way of detaching themselves from situations. And that's actually the exact opposite of what we want to do with meditation. We want to become aware. So you got an excellent chance to practice that awareness. And you can thank the pain in your toe for doing that, becoming aware of the pain rather than just trying to dismiss it. And that, of course, again, we can find a lot in psychology saying that idea of suppressing emotions is not good. We want to feel our emotions, whether they're good or they're bad. And that's something that we're learning while we're doing this meditation, is that we're learning of how to just be with the body and accept it. Accept the body and its feelings for what it is. Okay. So this time we're going to do about 5 minutes. And this time we're just going to go straight to focusing on the breath. So we're going to skip the body scan. And we'll start off and end in the same way. 2 rings at the beginning to start and 3 rings at the end to stop. Okay. So here we go. So again, let's just move our attention to wherever you can feel the breath, the strongest in your body. Again, for some people it's the belly, other people it's the chest, some people it's the nose. And also you're just observing the breath. You don't have to change it in any way. You don't have to take big breaths. You don't have to hold your breath. Just feel the natural flow of the breath as it moves in and out of you. And if you get distracted, something pulls you away, it's truly okay. Just recognize that you've been distracted. And move your attention back to the breath. If any thoughts or feelings arise, you get caught up in making plans, thinking about the past. Again, it's truly okay. Just recognize that you've been distracted and gently move your attention back to the breath. And if you become distracted, your attention wanders away, that's okay. It happens to everybody. Just recognize that you've been distracted and move your attention back to the breath. All right, in just a moment, I will ring the bell 3 times. Once you've heard the third ring, I invite you to join me in a vow dedicating all the merit that we've accrued today to the benefit of all sentient beings. All right, thank you all for practicing with me today. You really should give yourselves a pat on the back because, again, I truly believe that when we're meditating, we're not meditating for ourselves. I mean, a lot of people, again, kind of think of it as being a sort of selfish endeavor, right? But I truly believe that we meditate so that we can treat other people better, and the stronger we are ourselves, the stronger and more that we can help others. So I truly, truly do thank you for practicing with me today, because I do think not only will it help you, but it will help everybody around you. Also, I'll be doing this again. I'm probably going to do it again on Thursday. I'm shooting to do about two live meditations a week. So again, if you have any requests, any questions, any comments, feel free to reach out to me. Comment on the video below. This video should stay up on the page. So if you're just tuning in and want to check out the beginning of it, feel free to do that. And yeah, this was a lot of fun. Again, thank you so much for practicing with me today. And yeah, I'll let you know via social media when the next one. I'll probably just do it 2 o'clock on Thursday again. So, all right, take care.